Come on board then, Kunal, and discuss how the market set up and, of course, all these individual stocks are going to be reacting to in trade. Kunal, hi, good morning. That tug of war clearly continues while the sectors on each side keep shuffling. But what's the verdict on the index, firstly?
Yeah, good morning, Aisha. So, yeah, I think it's been a struggle for the index, but it's good that we are still trading to a range for the Nifty. We are stuck into this 400 point odd range, 25,350, 400 on the downside as a support. And apparently we've tested this level four times in the last 3 to 4 weeks of this price correction for the index. But on the higher side, the immediate resistance, what we are seeing is around the 25,650 to 750 kind of a range. So, the range is narrowing for the index even though the markets are going towards a multiple retest towards the previous support. The sector patterns have improved. There have been few stocks in few sectors like the PSU index, which has done reasonably well. Auto stocks making a comeback. Metal stocks have been performing very well. The PSU banking index still holding forward for themselves. The only concerning factor for the markets is the selling in the large cap names because that is still not abating. Until the time you don't see those large cap stocks dragging down, it's difficult for the index to try and come back into any kind of a major recovery. So I think we would probably continue to be into this limbo for the index where there could be one end of the market which could be skewed in terms of underperformance from large cap names, and there could be other end where you see some of the few sectors which are not so heavily weighted on the Nifty 50 benchmark, but they could try and offset some of the losses from the large cap names.
Interesting. Kunal, what do you make of the recovery from the lows yesterday? Because that's something we saw. I mean, we traded in 200 plus kind of point band, but the recovery from the low, was that at all heartening? Is that something we should take some positive heart from? And you know that Tuesday, Thursday kind of move continues, right? So I'm trying to get a sense as to whether there are any positives from the move yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. I think we were discussing that Tuesday, if the markets close on a negative note, Thursday is those days when you see the index going into a contra reaction and closing the positive. So it was good to see that the index actually closed a tad bit positive yesterday. But yesterday's low or the bounce back from those low, again, as I was pointing out, Harsh, that it's the fourth retest towards that 25,350, 400 zone for the Nifty. And that I believe is the crucial part because you know, so that tells you that one is that there is a demand zone for the index at those much lower levels of 25,350, 400, and any retest towards those levels, I think would be taken as an opportunity to bounce back. So there was a good amount of indication that the markets are going through that kind of a strong demand support territory. But the bigger concern is, like a week back, we were at 25,850, 900 for the Nifty. Now the resistance is at 25,650, 700. So the resistances are falling down for the indices and the supports are still intact. Now it's difficult to anticipate which side will the tug of war break out into, whether we see a breakout on the upside or breakdown on the downside. But then I think that's what one has to wait out for.
Interesting. So, Kunal, what stocks would you propose to trade this morning?
So there have been fresh breakouts. Yesterday we were discussing defense names, BEL as one of the interesting charts. Yesterday the stock closed above the 450 level. It's now come very close towards a breakout of its previous major lifetime highs. So expecting this momentum to continue for BEL, 464 as an immediate target, stop loss at 442. And from the OMC pack, IOC is one of the stronger names. The stock confirms a breakout above the previous major highs as well as a 52-week high for itself and crossing the levels of 180. So keeping 180 as a stop loss puts the rest a buy with the next target for IOC at 194.